Willow Creek Springs presents Healthy Living with your host, Joe Grumbine.
Well, hello, and welcome back to the Healthy Living Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Grumbine, and this is part 2 of the last episode of the series known as Overcoming Cancer and Other Obstacles. I would highly recommend listening to the last one to bring you up to speed. So part 2, we're going to be talking about the regimen. People are always coming to me saying, what do? You got to try this, you got to do this, you got to do this, got to do that, got to do this, got to do that, got to do this, got to do that. And I'm doing a lot of stuff. So I want to walk through my regimen to the best of my abilities, and it's quite possible that I'll forget some things, but we'll start with the pillars of health. We start out with sleep, and all my life, or most of my life, I've been very adamant about getting sleep, and I've always gotten my minimum of 6 hours, usually closer to 8, no matter what. Doesn't matter. Healthy, not healthy. Actually, I'm pretty much been healthy all my life till this tumor decided to grow on me. And right now it's been a little difficult because I'm in a constant state of stress with the area, and it's either painful or there's this oppressive pressure being put around my neck right now. And it's even starting to affect my voice a little bit. So we're really looking to reverse this thing quick. But sleep is important. I make a sleep product called Somnific that has been very helpful to me. And so I've been able to sleep in larger cycles lately. So that's good. But sleep is a big part of it. Stress, another part. I've come to a part of my life where I'm not allowing any stress into my life. I'm not taking on any battles except for this one of my health. So anybody who's not being loving and kind at any given time right now is meeting with nothing. And if somebody has got love and kindness and support to offer, then I've got all the time in the world. So that's another pillar. Food, my diet, my food is a whole topic, so I'll be getting into that in the future. But it's a big part of my regimen. I believe food is instrumental in health, and it is your medicine. So there's a huge, we'll be doing a whole episode on that as one of the parts of this. Fasting has been a big part of this. I am on a methionine restricted diet, and I'm also taking, as I can afford it, a compound called methionase. But this stuff costs $1,000 a month, and I am hoping to stretch my 1 month supply into a couple of months, but it requires a lot of fasting to do that. So I'm doing fasting up to 3 days right now, but I'll be going to go reach it out to 4 days the next time, maybe next week. I believe fasting is instrumental in anybody curing cancer. If you think you might have cancer, start fasting. If you have been diagnosed with cancer, start fasting. If you want to learn about fasting, come talk to me. I can help you. Intermittent fasting, short fasting, long fasting, just fast. And we'll be talking more and more about that. But it's powerful medicine. And exercise. Now, I've been always an active person. I work out in the yard. We have a small farm. I'm always working out there. I'm always pushing wheelbarrows full of sand. I'm always digging out of the creek. I'm always making soil. I'm a very active person, and I do a lot of hiking, carrying rocks, all kinds of stuff. This has depleted a lot of my energy because of my diet. I'm not eating as much and some of the foods that allow me to work harder. So I've lost some muscle mass. I've lost a good 20 pounds from where I started this. And, right now Like today, I dropped down and did some push-ups. So previous to this, I was on a regimen where I was doing 500 push-ups a day. Not all at once, but sets of 50 throughout the day. And try to get it wrapped up, by 10 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Noon at the latest. That was good. I love that workout. It's easy on the body. You can push as hard as you want and raises up your blood oxygen levels, so many things. And so that's a big part of it. I got a trampoline, and so that supports the lymphatic system. So we'll be talking about your lymphatic system in future episodes, but you don't have a pump, and your lymph system is your primary immune system, and it works when you move. And so jumping is very supportive of that. So just a couple of days ago, I got this little trampoline, and I'm doing 100 bounce sessions, and I'll be doing that throughout the course of the day. Juicing, it's part of food, but we grow a lot of vegetables, not a lot, but more and more, and we're going to be growing more and more, and I'm drinking green juice regularly, kind of the Gershon sort of thing. Supplements. I have been doing a lot of different supplements, and I have tailored this back and forth. Where I'm at right now, I have a vitamin D3 I take regularly. I take bitter apricot kernels, 3 of them a day, which is vitamin B17. I take, I was taking high doses of vitamin C orally, but I've come to find out that that's not helpful for me, so I'm not doing that. I'm eating a lot more fresh fruits and vegetables, getting my vitamin C that way. I take some high bioavailable sulforaphane, which is broccoli sprout extract. Also high bioavailability curcumin, which is turmeric extract. I take soursop, which is a tea that we make. I was taking soursop bitters, but it was real expensive, and I just can't afford to be buying that stuff right now. But the tea is cost effective. We're putting a little shilajit powder in there. We're putting a little matcha. We're putting a little Indian gooseberry. So those are also supplements I've been taking. I'm trying to think. There's others. I'm probably gonna miss out on a few things. So when anybody's telling me you gotta try the supplements, yeah, I probably will, and or I already have. I was doing cannabis oil for 3 months. If you don't know me, I've been an activist, a cannabis grower, activist, medicine maker for more than 30 years. I've lost my freedom because of this plant. I've supported this plant most of my life. And it turns out that the cancer I have does not respond to that. In fact, it actually can cause some harm. I also have I can't think of the name of it, but it's a repurposed old flu medicine that's kind of like an innocuous old medicine that has no side effects. And I'm taking that on the direction of Dr. Castro, who's an integrative oncologist. And we're working with him as well as I can afford to. The sauna, I have had a steam sauna for the last 3 years, and I use that. I also have access to an infrared sauna that my cousin has graciously allowed, and I'm doing that every single day. Ozonated glycerin, I have begun making this. I believe this is a critical part of my turning this thing around. I'll be doing an episode just on that, or maybe multiples. Peroxide therapy. So cannabis is it's an anaerobic loving creature, and it does not like oxygen. And so everything I can do to bring oxygen into my blood is very helpful to me and harmful to the cancer. So food grade peroxide, I've been drinking it, spraying it in my mouth. I've been spritzing it, doing and even nebulizing it. So I even strapped that thing to my CPAP machine, and I do deep breathing with that. So those are things that I'm currently doing. There may be some things I forgot. Oh, frequency. We're just starting to do tuning fork. My cousin just got a set of tuning forks. We're working on setting a series of tuning forks. There's research that shows that sound waves can destroy tumors, so we're working on that. Hopefully this week we're going to be able to give that a good set. I've been working with Rife technology. Again, my cousin Nicole, just a godsend. She's loaned me her Rife machine for the last several months. We'll be doing an episode on Royal Raymond Rife and his technology and the amazing work that it does and can do. I'm also working with a magnetic frequency machine called Amp Coil. I'm also working with a bioresonance scanning and frequency healing called AO. All of these things, and I've received Shiadara treatment from my wife and Isabel. I've received Reiki, I've received massage, I've received plant medicine. I've done combo, I've done multiple combo sessions, multiple peyote sessions. I'm preparing to do a bufo session tomorrow. And of course, a lot of prayer. I live my life in prayer. I pray constantly. And I don't flout that, but it's a big, important part of my life. And maybe I would say the most important piece of my regimen in all of this is the support system and the people that have surrounded me with their love. I know that no matter what, I am being held up in prayer and love by an amazing team of people. And if you're listening to this and you have cancer and you're all alone, reach out. There's no reason to be all alone. There are people who care, and I think that this is maybe the thing that people who don't make it is the reason why. They don't have a purpose. I have a strong will to live, a strong purpose. I know that I am here for a reason, and I plan to be here for many, many, many years and share this reason with the world. So I thank you for listening to this, and if you haven't listened before, hey, explore. There's a lot of episodes that go way deeper than just cancer, so many elements of health. And if you're interested in going deep, there's a subscriber portion of this show that I would welcome you to share. All right, thank you. And, if you think this is an important show, if you think this has got some value, do me a favor, tell somebody about it. Share this link. This show can have an impact on a lot of people if they just know that it's happening. All right, have a great day. We'll see you next time. This has been another episode of the Healthy Living Podcast. We produce this show so that people can share their stories, people that have overcome obstacles, people that are undergoing obstacles. We're building a community of health-minded individuals. If you're interested in supporting the show, please leave a review on the platform you're listening to it on. If you're interested in becoming a guest, please send an email to itsjoegrumbine@gmail.com, or you can send a note into the notes section of the podcast. All right, well, thank you for supporting this show, and we hope you've enjoyed it.